And now for something other than coffee. Hello and welcome to another episode. Now, something else than coffee. Today we have genetics and genetics with Dante. So we already know Dante from one of the previous episodes, the family Chihuahua that is great at smelling decaf coffees. But there's also a Dante, a sequencing company from Italy that does this kind of sequencing tests. Now, I have done kind of sequencing in the past with my heritage. So, for example, I can tell you I am 99% UK material. That's like around 75 southern England, and then we have 25% Scotland, Ireland. I mean, who knows the difference anyway. And then there's like a 1% Middle Eastern, because that's just clear when you're having a look at me that I must have some part coming from the desert. So why get into sequencing? This is a critical YouTube channel. I try to be critical also about myself. So I have a big question. Why? What drove me to do this YouTube channel on coffee? Because of course it starts out not being related to coffee, but we will at some point probably also have an episode of looking at my tasting buds genetically and what we can understand from that. So when you get a kind of kit like this, yes, it's all about following the instructions to the letter, and then they have this kind of a device here, which is, you just bam, and it should take the necessary sample. And they're very nice. They also give you a patch, so it's supposed to be painless, but for some reason you do have a patch. I should also do a disclaimer that I don't recommend doing genetic testing in the sense of what I think about it should not influence you at all. You shouldn't watch this video and think, yes, I would also like to investigate my DNA. If it's already there, then that's great. You should also be very careful about with whom you share your genetic information. So I will carefully tread forward in this kind of exploration. On the other hand, it's not that the big companies or the deep state requires your DNA to have been analyzed to already be able to figure out a lot about you anyway. So with AI and where that's going, who knows how they can kind of make indirect predictions about your genetic constitution and how that makes you tick, basically. In the end, this kind of genetic studies, you could use that for scientific experimentation, understanding how different kind of people, should cluster in different behavioral thinking patterns. But then probably you don't need to sequence everybody to then get proxies for that just require observing their behavior, I guess. So just a big comment to say, well, be careful, but also if you feel an urge to get into DNA genetics. I personally clearly don't feel that I need to go through a medical doctor to do that, because they're for probably 99% of your DNA, they will be as clueless as you are. Each MD would have their specialty, where, if you need advice on very specific diseases, that's where you should go. But in general, to just be curious about who you are, why not? So have fun with your adventures, research, personal research. Choose whatever way you prefer going in getting to know yourself, and I'll try and share just a tiny amount about who I am genetically, up to the level that I feel comfortable. Thanks for watching, and see you on the next episode.